Well, it is my pleasure to formally introduce our 2015 commencement speaker, U.S. Senator Gary Peters. Gary Peters grew up in Oakland County, attended Alma College, and graduating in 1980. Has become one of our state's most accomplished leaders. For more than 2 decades, he's devoted his life to public service, first as city councilman, as you have heard, in his home community of Rochester Hills, and then as a state senator in Lansing, most recently in the U.S. Congress, and now as senator. He was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives in 2008, served on the House Financial Services Committee. Last November, he was elected to the U.S. Senate, and currently is the only Alma College alumnus serving in the Capitol as a member of Congress. Gary Peters has never forgotten his Alma College roots. As a student, he majored in political science, was a Residence Hall advisor, served as president of his junior class, joined a fraternity, and studied abroad. Because of his Alma experience, he's exhibited a strong commitment to higher solution and specifically to a liberal arts education. We're proud of Senator Peters' accomplishments as an Alma graduate. It's an honor to welcome him back to our campus. Please join me in welcoming U.S. Senator Gary Peters. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Dr. Abernathy. I'm certainly truly humbled to receive this honorary degree and for your very generous and warm introduction. Dr. Abernathy, the Alma community, I believe, is very lucky to have your tremendous energy, your skill, and your passion leading this great college. You know, Alma College has a long and meaningful tradition of delivering an outstanding education to its students who are ready to take on the challenges that await them. And with you, Dr. Abernathy, at the helm, I can say the college is in good hands. Thank you so much for all that you do. Let me start by saying to the Alma College class of 2015, congratulations. Your years of hard work have paid off. You are now a graduate of Alma College, and today your whole life awaits you as you walk out the doors of this auditorium and leave this wonderful campus. Not only are your family and friends proud of your accomplishments, I can say without hesitation that the entire Alma College community is very proud. You are among the best and the brightest, and in the years ahead, everyone is expecting very big things from you. And I have no doubt that each and every one of you will succeed in whatever you set out to do. Today, you join the ranks of talented alumni who have gone on to distinguished careers in law, in education, in healthcare, in business, and countless other professions. An exciting journey lies ahead, and it's now up to each and every one of you to chart that course. I'll tell you, standing here is both humbling and a tremendous honor to be with you to celebrate this important milestone in your life. 35 years ago, I sat where you are today wondering where my life would lead. I came to Alma following the footsteps of my father, Herb Peters. He graduated from here in 1938. He followed the footsteps of his sister, my Aunt Mary Louise, who graduated a few years before. When they attended Alma, tuition was $75 a semester. I understand it's a little more than that now. But I'll tell you, earning that $75 necessary to pay tuition was not an easy thing in the Great Depression. And my father said he would not have been able to attend Alma without my Aunt Mary Louise sending him $2 a week in an envelope. When my dad left Alma, he went on to serve our country as an Army officer in Europe during World War II. And after the war, he became a sports writer and highly respected public school teacher. Growing up, he would talk glowingly of his years at Alma and how this school gave him hope during the dark days of the Great Depression. When it was time for me to go to college, I applied and was accepted to Michigan State and the University of Michigan and Alma College, and I chose Alma College, and it was one of the best decisions that I have ever made. I thought the intimate experience and personal attention I would receive at a small liberal arts school would better serve my future. I would never trade the education that I received here at Alma or the special lifelong friendships that I have made. The 4 years I spent at this very special place have been with me throughout my life and have given me the tools necessary to pursue my passions. 35 years ago, I could not have imagined that I would someday be delivering an Alma College commencement address. I worked on drafting this address while flying over the Sahara Desert with a U.S. Senate delegation to 5 African countries, meeting presidents, prime ministers, generals, and key leaders of civil society. It was my Alma education that opened up a world of possibilities for me, and as you leave this campus today, a world of possibilities is now open to you. As you start your journey, I believe it is important to reflect back on your years at Alma and the special place those experiences will have in your memories and how they're going to shape the contours of your life. For me, I will certainly always remember, as I'm sure most of you will remember, the fun times. I will vividly remember joining the Zeta Sigma fraternity. I remember the all-campus parties, the dances, hanging out with friends to all hours of the night, and when we needed a break from the commons, ordering a Pizza Sam pizza. The friendships I've forged are friendships that have endured for decades. My former classmates, unfortunately, now live all across the country, and I don't see them as often as I would like. But when I do, it is as if no time has passed between us. The stories that made us laugh 35 years ago are just as funny as today. In fact, some of them are even funnier because they get bigger and bigger as every year goes by. I will also never forget the fall semester I spent in Paris studying French and art history with the Alma program of studies in France. My art history class was taught in a different Parisian museum every day. When we studied Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa, we went to the Louvre. When we studied the world's great sculpture, like the Thinker, we went to the Rodin Museum. I would have never had that experience if it were not for Alma and the unique program run by this wonderful college. However, the experiences that probably had the biggest impact on my life occurred during 2 spring terms. One was a political science course I took that included a trip to Washington, D.C., where I met elected officials, government agencies, and public policy think tanks. The other was a congressional internship in the office of Congressman Don Albasta. Those experiences set me on a path of public service that continues today. In fact, on the last day of my internship with Congressman Albasta, I remember as if it was yesterday, sitting on the edge of the Lincoln Memorial and telling myself that one day that I hope to be back serving in Congress. Many years later, the day before I was sworn into Congress, I took my wonderful wife, Colleen, who is over there, and my family, and we sat on that exact same spot at the Lincoln Memorial. And I wanted to show them where that journey started. And I will say that journey started all thanks to the education, the opportunities, and the experiences that I received here at Alma College. To me, what is special about Alma College is that it provides a true liberal arts education. For 125 years, Alma's liberal arts education has trained students to think critically, communicate clearly, and solve complicated problems. And in our increasingly complex world, these skills are absolutely vital. As professional fields become more and more specialized, and as people find themselves pursuing sometimes multiple careers over a lifetime, the benefits of a liberal arts education are more important than ever. Increased specialization means that students are learning more and more about less and less. Our knowledge may be a mile deep, but it is only an inch wide. And in the process, we have been focused on individual trees and simply have lost sight of the forest. Unfortunately, the complex problems confronting us today require both specialized knowledge and the ability to draw from multiple disciplines. The liberal arts education that you have received has given you the ability to bring perspective to problems and to see challenges as multi-dimensional. While at Alma, one of my favorite classes was philosophy. And after all these years, I still remember a valuable lesson that I often reflect on. In our quest for knowledge, our focus should not be on finding good answers, but rather on asking the right questions. If we are not asking the right questions, the answers, no matter how elegant and seemingly correct, will not advance true knowledge or allow us to solve complex problems. A liberal arts education gives you the perspective to ask the right questions, to think critically and broadly, and that is why employers are seeking out your training. A recent study by the Association of American Colleges and Universities surveyed businesses and nonprofits about their prospective hires. Nearly 75% of them said that they recommended a liberal arts education as the best preparation for a professional career. Over the course of your life, you will likely have more than one career. And if you do, you will be thankful for the liberal arts education you received here. I majored in political science, but my first job after college wasn't in politics. It was in financial services. I signed up for an on-campus interview with Merrill Lynch, not knowing what to expect. They were seeking financial advisors, and the only business class that I had taken, thankfully, was investments. That one class in my liberal arts education was enough. I was hired and spent the next 20 years in the investment business. As you sit here today, you have no way of knowing what the future may hold. But I'm telling you, please be rest assured that your Alma liberal arts education has prepared you for it. I have no doubt that the skills and education that you have attained these past few years are a springboard to an outstanding career. And I know that starting off in your first career in a good-paying job is the number one goal of probably nearly every student here. As a father, I know it's certainly the goal of every parent that is here in the audience. But today I want to ask you to do more than just be great in a career. I call on you to put your skills and your talent to use for the greater good. Your Alma education has taught you to use your critical and analytical skills to tackle challenges head-on and devise practical, common-sense solutions to very difficult problems. You are the next generation of independent thinkers and creative problem solvers. And now, more than ever, we need you. We need you to engage and use your expertise to better our community and the world around you. Our country and our world face enormous challenges, and they won't be easy to solve. They will require your skills as problem solvers and your energy. We are counting on your intellectual curiosity, your entrepreneurial spirit, and your dedication to take on the most pressing issues confronting our state and nation. We need your help to ask the right questions and find the right answers. In short, we need people with your skills and your experience to actively participate in our government. Voting is essential to having a functional democracy, but it is not enough. Service is the cornerstone of our democracy. Our system of government only works when people like you are actively engaged, not just in your career and your family, but in your community. Now more than ever, we need innovators and creative problem solvers actively shaping public policy at all levels of government. Each and every one of you will go on to do great things individually. But please never forget that your strengths as an individual depends on the strength of your community. The success we enjoy as individuals is only possible if our community and our country are successful, and you hold in your hands the roadmap to making our democracy work by making it possible for communities to flourish. As Alma graduates, you are especially prepared for this task. The Public Affairs Institute here has already taught many of you to engage in public policy and take leadership roles in addressing global, national, and civic issues, regardless of your major or area of concentration. In a country where people are continually backing away from participation in civic life, the values of public service that have been instilled in you by Alma College are critically important. The essence of the American dream rests on the fundamental notion that if you work hard and play by the rules, you will be able to find a good-paying job, raise a family, and retire with dignity. As fundamental as this notion is to our American values, it cannot be taken for granted, and we must fight every day to make that dream a reality for not just some Americans, but all Americans. We need leaders like you to be good citizens, to be informed citizens for your community. We need leaders like you to make your voice heard on local school boards and in the City Hall and State House in Lansing and the Capitol Building in Washington. We need leaders like you to keep the promise of the American dream alive so that 10, 15, even 35 years from now, graduates walking across this stage will be heading into a promising and prosperous future. a future where everyone is blessed to pursue their own vision of the American dream. You have the power to make that vision a reality. As you sit here today, it is also important to remember that the excellent education you received here at Alma did not just happen. It happened because you were surrounded by a committed and outstanding collection of faculty and staff. Alma's first priority, and always has been, teaching undergraduate students, which means you are taught by talented professors who were personally invested and personally cared about your success. Your instructors were not teaching assistants working on their PhDs. They were professors with PhDs and years of teaching experience. And I am sure you will not forget them, and they will not forget you. One last story. When I was a student here, Dr. Bernie Davis was my advisor and my favorite political science professor. He was here the day I walked in the doors as a freshman, and he was here the day that I graduated. And over the course of time at Alma, we worked closely together, and periodically we kept in touch after I had graduated. But shortly after I was sworn into Congress, Dr. Davis made a special trip to Washington to see me in my new job and to see, as he said, how I was using everything that he taught me. He did not forget his student, and I will never forget what he taught me. It is safe to say that the faculty members that are sitting on each side of you today are just as proud of you today as each and every one of your parents. When you receive your diploma in a few moments, they will have big smiles on their face, and they are looking forward to following your journey in the years ahead. To the Alma faculty and staff here today, thank you for delivering another outstanding graduating class. So in closing, let me say again to the Alma graduating class of 2015, the lessons you learned, the relationships you developed, and the friendships you forged here at Alma will be with you for the rest of your life. In your years here at Alma, you have learned to solve problems, improve your community, and change lives. You are creative, talented, and driven. As a community, you have pushed yourselves and motivated each other as students and colleagues to set extraordinary bars of excellence and growth. Your education at Alma College has afforded you an unparalleled opportunity. And now, at this very special milestone, it is all about your potential. And looking out before me, I see a new generation of problem solvers, a new generation of leaders with the ability with the power to change our world. And because of your potential, your leadership, and the bright, exciting opportunities that are in your future, I ask you to remember to serve. I urge you to put your creativity, your dynamism, and your talent into making our community, our state, and our nation better and stronger than ever. You have been blessed not only with a great education here at Alma, but with an incredible experience that will continue to shape the exciting journey that lies ahead for you. As you leave this campus today, remember that we need leaders like you working every day to make our country great. And I know that without a doubt that you are all up to the task. Enjoy the journey, and may God bless you each and every step of the way. Thank you so much.